Hello listeners, this video focuses on George Herbert The Pulley. George Herbert was born on 1593 and died in the year 1633. He was a Welsh poet, orator, priest of the Church of England. His poetry and his writing associates with metaphysical poets, and he is recognized as one of the foremost British devotional lyricists. He is notable for the purity and effectiveness of his choice of words. Herbert's poems has been characterized by a deep religious devotion, linguistic precision, metrical agility. Taylor Coleridge wrote about Herbert as nothing can be more pure, manly or unaffected. Let us see the line-by-line explanation of the poem. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie contract into a span. In the first line, he says, when God created humanity, he happened to have a cup of blessings in his hand and said to himself, why don't I give humanity every gift I can think of? In the fourth line, let the world's riches which dispersed lie, he says, I'll gather up all the world's far wealth, contract into a span, and shrink it down into one little human lifetime. So that is what he says. Span refers to lifespan. Second stanza. So strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasure, rest in the bottom lay. In the first line, so strength first made a man. So here, first he gave humanity strength, which made a path for the rest of the virtues. Then he says, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor and pleasure. So he then poured out beauty, wisdom, noble morality and delight. Next line. When almost all was out, God made a stay. When he had almost finished emptying the blessings cup, God held up. Perceiving that alone of all his treasure rest in the bottom lay. Now he is supposed to see that only peace was left in the bottom. Next stanza. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature, so both should losers be. In this first line, he says, if I also gave this last precious gift to my creation, he would adore my gifts instead of me. People would love the things that I have given and forgot about me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So here only God identifies that if all gifts are given to man, man is not looking back to God. So that is what is said in this line. If they'd be so peaceful, contented with lives on earth, they would never think to love the God who created all this goodness to them. So both should losers be. So he says both humanity and myself are the losers. Next stanza. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at least if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. So he says, so let's do all things this way. humanity can keep all the other gifts that I've given them. Next line, but keep them with repining restlessness. But they will also feel a constant, regretful, distracting longing. Let him be rich and weary. Here he says, although the human is rich, although if I provide richness to human, let him also have tiredness to life. Let him also become weary. That at least if goodness let him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. So he says, by doing this way, humans may get exhausted, and let him come to me out of weariness, let him come to me and at least find his way to me. We can see in this poem that God is the center and the pulley of all the creation and mankind. So here we can see that God is the ultimate father figure to mankind. He tries to pull back humans to himself. The themes carried in this poem is humanity's restlessness and God's goodness. Hope this video helped you. Thank you for listening.